Hey, I'm Karai. Like some Viktor content, some mid lane content? Consider subscribing, maybe even hitting that like button. It'll help me up a lot, and if you do, you'll get blue buff. Viktor Challenger. The only rule, I can only play Viktor, unless it's banned. Then we're playing Orianna. No Viktor jungle, no Viktor support, maybe Viktor bot lane, and that's about it.
Hello friends, welcome back to the Viktor 2 Challenger series. In this game, we are up against an Ekko. So if you want to learn how to play against an Ekko in lane, how to survive, what runes to take, this video might help you out. For runes, I've decided to go for this setup. A lot of move speed with phase rush and celerity just to kite the enemy out, and biscuits just to sustain better against Ekko's burst damage in lane. So let's go straight into the lane here. Again, we are up against an Ekko and Hecarim. Hecarim might do a tree camp gank into mid lane from bot side. That's why I placed that ward down. I really don't want to die to Ekko early. This will mess up my tempo a lot, especially since I took cleanse for the Renata and the Hecarim. I started Q because Ekko is melee and we really want to abuse our level 1 range against him. He does manage to land a Q on me, but again, we are ranged, we can kite him out. The goal for this lane is mainly to avoid getting hit by his EQ combo. EQ is Ekko's bread and butter combo along with his third proc on his passive as well as electrocute. So ideally, whenever you see him use his Q on the wave or somewhere else, you know you're safe for at least a couple of seconds, maybe a few seconds to go in for a smart trade since he doesn't have his Q up to do his EQ combo. For this game, I've decided to stack up a big wave in order to push in the third wave. You can see that I'm still playing slightly towards the bot side of the lane, mainly because that's where my vision is, that's where my safe side is. I really want to shove this wave in because if I don't shove it in, it's not going to bounce back and I'm going to be in a really tricky situation since this is the part of the area where I'm standing. It's very vulnerable to Hecarim ganks and Ekko can run me down through a long lane. So after killing this kind of minion, the wave should push in. This gives us some time to, maybe look for an opportunity on the map. Ideally, you don't really want to roam. You just want to see if there's anything happening around you nearby. Just so, maybe, someone's dying around near you, you can just go pick up the kill. Ekko does try to trade with me, but again, since we have face rush, it's no big deal that we can just kite him out or run away from him. But looking back at the minion wave, because we were able to stack up a big wave earlier and the enemy minions were stacked up at his turret, the wave is slowly pushing back towards us, which is exactly what we want, since this allows us to scale even better and deny Ekko to harass us from down the long lane. As I say that, I'm getting harassed down the long lane. Another reason why we want to keep the wave around here is because if Ekko wants to farm, he has to walk up all the way in front, almost in front of my turret, which leaves him vulnerable to ganks such as these. Now, it might not be a lot, but burning Ekko's flash actually denies him the ability to outplay later on. You'll see what I mean in just a bit, but going back into the minion wave, I know, a lot of this has to do with minion wave, but trust me guys, if you manage to learn the minion wave, if you manage to become masters of understanding how the minion wave works, playing Viktor, you'll have an easy time scaling into the late game and carrying your team. So going back into the minion wave, you can see that we're trying to hold a freeze here even though we have not enough resources to do so. Ekko has TP, so he just TPs back even though we burn his flash. It's still a good sign because again, we are able to farm safely in front of a turret. Imagine if this is in front of his turret and we're at this health, it's just screaming for the enemy jungler to gank us. However, we are unable to hold the freeze, mainly again, we don't have the resources and it is a cannon wave. We are running low on mana, but because we have biscuits, we aren't too afraid of completely going out of mana. Before I talk about what my goal is in this current situation, let's talk about Ekko's goal right here. Ekko's goal should definitely just to push in the lane, constantly making me having to use my mana just to farm on the turret. Remember, he based and he TP back, meaning that he definitely has more resources than me. With that in mind, my goal right now is definitely just to out-trade him with and just poke him with my E. I can't really go head-on with him since I don't have the mana to do my full combo. The best case scenario for me is definitely just to try to stack up my mana flow ban as soon as I can and hope that my next biscuits will actually save me. Again, since I don't have TP, I can't really look for a good recall, and your boy here will never recall until the enemy recalls twice first. However, with that said, it is a pretty tough situation. My only saving grace is my upcoming biscuits at around 6 minutes. It's gonna give me a bit of power back into the lane, not a lot, but it's going to, help me tough it out in this kind of situation. Again, it's a really tough situation. Ekko can just constantly push and, force me to use my mana on the turret, and eventually I will have to go back on a really terrible base. Right now, it is a bad tactic, but I'm just hoping that Ekko will make a mistake by getting too greedy, so that I can come back and maybe outplay him in a bit. You can see here, he tries to dive me here. I think I W'd on myself a bit too early. I knew he had no flash, that's why he can't really kill me since he doesn't have flash to follow up. This upcoming Biscuit is actually super clutch. Being at 1 HP and being at such a low health, since Biscuit's regen missing HP, it allowed me to actually win this trade just by slightly. You can say it's a Biscuit diff. But let's just say if Ekko actually didn't get too greedy and just constantly pushed me in, the only way that I can kind of even out the current situation is that I would have to base on a cannon wave. Since the cannon wave takes longer for Ekko to kill, I will have more time to come back to lane, as well as the fact that the turret will also take a longer time to kill the cannon, which will allow me to come back to lane with minimal losses. Moving on, we go back to our lane. We have our lost chapter. We're really close to an upgrade. I've decided to go for an E upgrade this game, mainly because I've been playing my games as a let's just say super scaling type of game. Q upgrade is pretty good against Ekko, but the problem with Q upgrade is that I can't farm raptors fast enough. So sometimes I would just opt to not taking a Q upgrade and just take an E upgrade, mainly because I want to farm raptors whenever they're up, be it my jungler or be it my teams or the enemy team's raptors. Plus, I also think that if you're ahead and you can choose to ignore the enemy mid laner, I think taking E is still not a bad choice. Again, both choices of upgrading Q or E is not bad. I just think for me, at least the way I've been playing my games recently, I like to take E more often than I would take Q. However, I would like to say that if you are duoing with someone, I think taking Q is not bad, because I think taking Q actually provides you a bit more agency, a bit more priority, or you can actually do more in lane. With E, you just want to farm. If that's just it. E, you want to farm. Q, you want to do something. Going back to the Ekko lane, it's gonna be very boring and stale later on, because what's gonna happen is that Ekko will just constantly Q the wave. He'll clear it because Ekko apparently can clear a whole backline with one single Q. I'm gonna do the same with my E. And then it's just gonna be a farm fest, because I'm going to, like, my goal right now is just to space against him. I'm not going to let him jump on me. You can see I let him jump on me here because I know I have red buff, I have the whole cannon wave around me, and there's just no way Ekko can actually out-trade me, especially since I'm up a level, right? But anyways, the lane will go really sell really fast. The goal for us is still the same as Viktor. We just want to farm, we just want to get to that 3-item point. We don't really want to fight until we have all 3 upgrades and at least 2 items. It's case by case, but following this rule of thumb, you should be able to have a pretty good time playing Viktor. So just a couple of things when playing against Ekko. Number 1 is pay attention to his Q. If he uses Q, he can't really EQ on top of you, and if he does E without his Q, definitely take the trade. Also, if he does try to E on top of you, whenever you see the E animation come out, just W on top of yourself, because it will definitely hit and you can trade much better that way. And in case you have any doubts about Phase Rush, here's just a few clips that explains or shows why Phase Rush is really good, especially with the rise of Hecarim, with the rise of these assassins building Sunfire where they just stick onto you. I think Viktor have a really hard time. In this clip, you can see that Hecarim tries to outrun me, tries to engage, but I can just easily outrun him. I have no problem just trying to run away from him and drag him into my team, killing him. And because of that, I believe we actually get Baron later. My team does try to go for a bit more, but you can see the power of Phase Rush here, where I can just instantly or easily just kite people out who wants to stick on top of me. Things like Hecarim, things like Ekko, things like Sunfire, Diana, and Sunfire Katarina. Oh my god, you have no idea. I have a whole rant I can do about it, but not this video because, for reasons, but I'll talk about it when I actually play against them again. But as you can see here, we go for Baron, and I'll just skip to the part where we actually get Baron. So thanks to Silver, we do manage to actually secure the Baron. You can see it's a pretty messy fight here, but I see Udyr and Kalista trying to run towards us. I see that I can get a quick pick on the Kalista, and Udyr does try to snipe me or stun me with his Bear Stance. It's mostly the flash, but I think like if I didn't have flash, I can probably still Phase Rush out. I am pretty fast with Phase Rush. In this clip, you can see that I'm just trying to take top turret. I'm pretty strong. I have about 3 items at 26 minutes. I see that the enemy mid and ADC is coming on the backside, so I decided to E blindly just to check if they're there. Because I have Phase Rush, I can easily just kite out the Ekko here. Once again, I know I'm being pretty biased here, but trust me guys, in this current patch, I think Phase Rush is just really good. For a lot of reasons. You can kite better, people can't stick onto you as easy. I know Viktor has Q for movement speed, but sometimes the slow resist for from Phase Rush really helps in those kind of situations. Imagine I have First Strike, sure, I would probably get the Callista, but I would die to the Ekko, so I don't think it's worth if that was the case. Regardless, we managed to get the game. It is a pretty lengthy game, 40 minutes. That's the Gathering Storm value there. We managed to get Baron about 3 times, and I think we got 4 Cloud Dricks. You can see that I'm trying to ping my team to go top because we already got 2 inhibs here, but I think my Silver had other plans. And I think everyone was getting pretty tired for this game, and we really just wanted to end the game. I think Nico actually goes for a really wild engage, and because we have Cloud Soul, when he ults, he instantly just goes into the Callista, flashes, stuns onto him, instantly kills him. And just like that, I know, pretty anticlimactic for a pretty long game. We kill the Callista, and then we just end the game, and that's about it. So again, just to summarize, playing against Ekko, pay attention to his Q. Phase Rush is really good. I hope you guys are able to learn something here. Let me know in the comments what you want to know. I'd be more than happy to answer them. And just like that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you.